three main roles of the IMF around the world are what we call surveillance, which is looking out for the health of the world economy and the member economies that belong to the IMF. Secondly, training and technical assistance to help people learn to govern their economies better. And third, to provide financial assistance to countries in crisis. Right now, European economy is in a recovery phase from the very difficult global recession that we had a few years ago. In the IMF, we're feeling that there are some short-term challenges, and that has to do with recovering fully from the recent recession. We are very supportive of the European Central Bank's initiative on quantitative easing to keep monetary policy loose as much as possible for as long as necessary in order to stimulate from the monetary side an additional economic recovery. On the fiscal side, many countries in Europe, because of high debt levels, have had to have restrictive fiscal policies. Going forward, we expect that the fiscal policy will be more neutral, so that will not drag on growth. In the more medium and long-term picture, our concern in the IMF is that productivity growth is still relatively low in Europe. And that means that in the future, growth will also be relatively low unless measures can be taken to boost productivity and the possibilities of having a higher potential output growth level. So in order to do that, the key is going to be structural reform and additional investment. We're strongly supportive of things like finishing the banking union, pushing capital markets union, so measures to make it easier for banks to clean their balance sheets of bad loans, to dispose of assets that are no longer productive so that they can move into lending for the future. Europe's also got significant demographic challenges, so measures that can make workers more able to work longer until an older age, efforts to bring new workers into the labor force by raising participation rates of women, for example. I think right now Spain has got a relatively robust economic recovery compared to many other countries in Europe. So our recommendations would be to attack those areas of the economy where there are still significant barriers to stronger growth, so as to have a future growth rate that is more sustainable and higher to improve the standards of living of Spanish citizens.